Hi, glad to know that you're there. Once again, it's Ima Edi Evangelistic Ministry. I'm so glad to come your way once again. And today we'll be treating a very vital, a very supreme, and a very sensitive topic. Okay, Why is it very important? Because it deals with why our existence here on earth, why we are actually existing. And today's topic, purpose. Yes, purpose. Okay. Socrates once says that an unexamined life is not worth living. An unexamined life is not worth living. And if purpose, someone also said that if purpose, I think Miles Monroe said, if purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. So hence we want to we delve into seven ways on how to discover what you are supposed to be doing here on earth. Because mind you, everybody was created, according to Reverend Dr. Mokbai, everybody was created on purpose, for a purpose. So you ought to know what you are doing here, what you are supposed to be doing, so that you do not drift. Okay, you not drift. People just tend to drift, and it leads to depression. Some people, they end up working for money, doing what they are not actually called to do, what they were not actually born, okay, to do. So we are not here to run in the rat race. The rat race simply coming to make money and having a family, and you eat and you die, without leaving your footprint in the sands of times. Okay, as we'll come to know that the purpose is what you are naturally gifted to do. Okay, that you can do above every other person else. So that leads me to the definition of purpose. What is purpose? Purpose is simply what you are created to do, what you are meant to do, what you are supposed to be doing. Okay, what you exist for. And it is quite ambiguous. It is quite ambiguous because there's no diamond that you can see thrown on the street. Okay, there's no gold that's littered on the street. It is hidden. It is buried deep down. Okay, so for you to really actually know what you are called to do, you have to dig deep. You have to search. Okay, and it is quite difficult for people who have numerous talents, who are much gifted. Okay, assuming in your wardrobe you just have just one clothing, okay, that you could wear, I think the choice would not be that difficult, or one or two. Okay, compare it to when you have like 6, 7, 10, 12, 100, 1,000 to choose from. Okay, the choice becomes very difficult. So that is the same thing with purpose. Okay, with a lot of people that are highly talented and are gifted. Okay, because just like in the book of in the Gospels, we have those that have a lot of talent. That person was given 5, that was 3, that was 2. Okay, there are some people that but what actually brings the kind of success, the kind of ultimate lifting is to be concentrating, to focus on that which you are called to do, because we do not have all the time in the world. The time is the limiting factor. Okay, so we do not have all the time to make all the mistakes. So the earlier you know what you are supposed to be doing and zero down on it, the better. Okay, so and it has been a difficult question, at least it was for me initially, to actually know what I am called to do. Okay, and one of the ways to know, we'll be getting into 7 ways actually, but one of the ways to know is for something that gives you pleasure. Okay, so let's just dive into it straight away. The 7 ways to know what you are called to do. And number 1, are you ready? Number 1 is your gifting. Your gifting, just like I said earlier, your giftings and your talents. Okay, your gifting and your talents, what you are called to do. A man's gift, according to Proverbs, makes a way for him and brings him before kings. Okay, what you gives you what you derive pleasure from. You know, what you easily do. You are free flowing in. Okay, naturally. Okay, those are that is it. Just like I mentioned earlier. Okay, your talent and your gifts is one pointer to your purpose. Then number two way of knowing your purpose and what you are called to do is to get in touch with your childhood. Okay, let me just give you this simple analogy. I think in the Indian community, what they do is that when the child is 1 year old, what they do is that they set up this different gadget, this different gadget that represents different career and different aspects of life, as in a hammer for the carpenter, maybe a stethoscope for the doctor, you know, maybe a microphone or radio for the singer and the musician, okay, and all that, maybe a shirt or something for a designer, okay, and all that. They just set it up on the table and they put the child, they hold the child, and they allow the child go, maybe a guitar for a musician and all that. So they let the child go to see the one he will choose from. Okay, that is a tradition, because naturally it is inbuilt what we are supposed to be doing, and whatsoever the child is chooses from, that is the career path he will be led into. Okay, because what happens with children is that they don't have biases. There's no bias. Okay, all the thinking of the world, all the expectations of the world has not encumbered their mindset, their mindsets. They are still very creative. Okay, the children are in childhood. That is why you see them. But as they are growing up, because of the parental pressures, societal pressures, you see them starting to deviate and struggle, you know, from what they were actually called to do. You see. So, and that actually leads to depression later on in life, because it's not the accumulation of money or wealth that is purpose. Okay, purpose. If you are actually in your calling, okay, you are actually benefiting twice, double, because apart from maybe the monetary gratification you receive, what you also receive is the fulfillment and the satisfaction, which is topmost, which is basic. Okay, and that is what is happening to me now. I'm enjoying what I'm doing. Okay, I'm enjoying what I'm doing, despite maybe the monetary aspect that is coming in, but this is fulfilling. Okay, for me. So some people, it might be with singing. Okay, it could be any other part. It could be an athlete. Okay, running. Okay, some people, it could be with coaching. It could be a writer. Okay, writing, and just to mention but a few. Okay, and all that. Okay, so you ought to discover. Some people, it could be with nurturing children, taking care of babies. Okay, the orphanage. Somebody could be a preacher. Okay, it could be a doctor, a medical doctor, and it could be an agriculturist. So you ought to know what you are supposed to do, your purpose here on earth, so that at least when you leave, you actually leave the footprints in the sands of time. So that leads us straight to number three. Number three way to know your purpose, what you are called to do, what you are supposed to be doing, is to ask yourself this question: what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Okay, and one of the ways to know what your passions are is what grieves you. What grieves you? What pains you? You know, like Reverend Dr. Mopai will always say that what does not bring tears to your eyes, you have not been called to solve. Okay, what does not bring tears to your eyes, you have not been called to actually solve. And so that is one way to know. You see maybe the pain, how children are suffering, and it pains you, you know, it brings tears to you. That is one of the indications that you ought to be a solution there. Or maybe it's food shortages, you know, and you see how people are hungry and starving, and you feel that I wish I could do something about it. You know, that could be a pointer. Okay, or you see how people are playing ball, the athletes, okay, and you feel I think I could do better. That could be a pointer that maybe that is the aspect you are called to do. So one of the ways to discover purpose is passion. What grieves you, and also what also bring pleasure, derive ultimate pleasure and joy from. Okay, that could be one pointer. So let's go into number 4. Number 4 is, okay, one of my favorites too. What have you been programmed to do? What have you been programmed to do? Okay, someone once says that every child is a tabula rasa. A tabula rasa, that is a clean slate. You were born a clean slate, so that you have to be. That we are actually programmed. You know, Ephesians chapter 22, Ephesians 6 verse 22 or thereabout says that train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. Okay, actually the psychologist says from age 0 to 5, every child is being programmed on what to do. You know, the book of Psalms says children are like arrows in the quiver of a mighty man, and wherever he shoots them to, that is where they will go to. You see, so the training basically what we are programmed to do, what people see people grow up to do from the age 0 to 5. You see people very sporadic, very clinical, very expertise in maybe playing the piano. You see, some were programmed from childhood. From childhood, they started teaching them. Okay, they started training them from that age 0 to 5. Okay, you see people, those that could read very well, the training began in early childhood. Okay, many things. You see people, the adults that have grown up to the training was actually started in child. They were actually programmed to do that by their parents, okay, their guardians. Okay, so actually find out what have you been programmed to do, because if you now grow up to an adult and you want to divert, it could be a clash. There could be a struggle. Okay, because maybe you see that, okay, this one is fetching money, this is the money as you want to go into that, you might not be fulfilled. Okay, you might be struggling because in your subconsciousness there is what you have been programmed to do, just like the computer. Okay, so say look for what you have been programmed to do. That is one pointer on the people's on what you're supposed to be doing. Okay, and leads us to number 5. I said I'll give us 7. Number 5. Number 5 is what is the prophecy over your life? The prophecy over your life. Here's a spiritual prophecy. In the case of Jesus Christ, okay, prophecy had come before him that is actually the Messiah. Okay, that will come to deliver the Jews, the Jews. Okay, the whole world actually, not only the Jews. Okay, so that prophecy has come, and the wise men from the east, okay, the astrologer actually saw his star and traced him, okay, destiny, and traced him down, brought gifts and all that. So prophecy, very, very, very important. Okay, so for you to actually know what you are supposed to do, and one of the way also to know is what are people saying about you. Okay, yeah, how many people call you pastor, and people are actually seeing revelation about you. Okay, maybe as a calling, as a minister, someone will come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people in different occasions have come, walked up to you and said, you have a calling in so aspect, or I feel you're supposed to be doing this, or I'm supposed to be doing that. That is one pointer. On how to discover your purpose. Okay, people actually point you because you as a player in the field, those that are watching see more than the players in the field. Okay, so people that were actually watching you actually see more than you. That in the book of Isaiah say it is not in man's to know his way. Okay, so you actually need to seek God to actually know your way. What you are doing. One of the way is through prophecy and through prophets. Okay, some prophets could walk up to you and start telling you some revelation about yourself and what you want to know. Okay, and it's for you for a confirmation. It ought not to be one. And you could also receive revelations. Okay, revelations through night visions and to inner visions, through open visions. Okay, so that leads us to number 6. Number 6 way to know your purpose and what you have been called to do here on earth is to watch your parents. Okay, actually, every seed is a replica of its kind. The genealogy, the trait of every tree is in its seed, and vice versa. So your parents, I think every human is made up of 42 chromosomes. Chromosomes are the character traits, okay, and it's divided into, as a human being, 21 of the chromosomes is from your mother, your maternal side, and your maternal, okay, side, and 21 chromosome is from your paternal, it's from your father. okay, the character trait. That is why strengths and weaknesses, okay, the parents' strengths and weaknesses actually transfer to the seed and to the genes. Okay, so one easy way to actually know what you're supposed to be doing is you watch your parents, their strengths and your weaknesses, their weaknesses. I give you an example. In the case of Abraham, okay, Abraham, one of his weaknesses was lies. Lies. He actually lied that the wife, Sarah, was actually the sister, like to King Abimelech. Okay, you could also see that weakness in Isaac, who also lied to the Abimelech that Rebecca was the sister. Okay, another example is King David. King David had a weakness of women with women. Okay, it could be traced down to Judah, his ancestor. Okay, and you could also see it in his protege, son Solomon. Okay, so one way to find out is to look at your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents, if you don't mind, to actually know your strengths and your weaknesses and what the aspect, the niche you ought to create for yourself that you will be actually good at. Okay, because although you are a better version of them, because you also have your own traits and your own strengths. Okay, so actually look at that, and that leads us to number 7. Finally, number 7. So number 7 is to unlock the supernatural. Unlocking the supernatural. You know, flesh. There's actually a force that is working against we fulfilling our purpose and our destinies. Okay, in the case of Jesus Christ, it was Herod when he was born. Okay, Herod wanted to terminate his destiny. Okay, into the wilderness, he had temptations with the devil, with Satan. Okay, he was offering him an easy way out. So that is one way. The flesh, you know, we are naturally, as humans, we tend to be lazy. You know, the flesh does not want stress. Okay, so it actually barricades, fights against our manifestations. So what you ought to do is to unlock the spiritual and the supernatural. Okay, because we are spirit beings. So definitely, how would you do that? That is actually in Matthew chapter 17. He said, "This kind does not go out but by fasting and by prayers." Okay, so Jesus, when he wanted to start this ministry, he went into the wilderness and fasted for 40 days to unlock the supernatural. So that is why some people they're highly gifted, they're highly talented, but they amount to nothing. They amount to nothing because you have to unlock that gift. You know, every diamond has to be polished. Every gold has to be purified with fire. You see, so you need to train those skills. Okay, it's not like one of my young friends asked me, say, well, if I'm great, it means I don't have to do anything. No. With greatness comes great responsibilities. With giftings come great responsibilities. So you have to sit up for you to be able to manifest. Okay, unlock it through the supernatural. This is still the evangelistic ministry. I'm in my calling, I'm in my purpose. This is what I'm called to do. So I'm already receiving satisfaction and gladness. Okay, so I want you to discover your purpose if you're not yet. Okay, so that at the end of life you will not look back and say, what was it all for? Okay, you will not look back with regret. Okay, one man once said that if I had served God like I've served the government, he would not abandon me in my old age. One retiree was saying, if I had served God like I've served the government, he would not abandon me in my old age. It would not be like that, you know, end up in regrets. Look for what you're supposed to do and your purpose in life and concentrate on that. God bless you. So in conclusion, just like I said, okay, every diamond needs to be polished. Every gold needs to be purified with fire. So God bless you. If you have any questions, please put it down in the comment section. I would like to answer. Okay, and also give this a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up if you like and you want to encourage us. Give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe. Okay, I'll be posting some other videos so that you will be notified. Okay, if you want to support us, there's still a link, okay, below for you to do that. Okay, God bless you. God bless you. Catch you in my next video. Bye bye for now. Bye.